Hey guys, so this is my first ASMR, so please don't judge. It's probably not going to be the best, but I'll try. Um, yeah, so please no hate and please comment down below a video for a next fan fiction reading if you want to. Yeah, this is probably not going to be the best, and I haven't even practiced on my Bakugou impression yet, so it's probably going to be really bad, so just be aware of that. And it's my first ASMR ever, so please don't hate. Yeah, I think that's it, so let's get on to the ASMR or video, whatever you want to call it. And yes, I'm British, so yeah. Katsuki opened his front door to see you sobbing in front of him. Kirishima was holding onto your shoulders to keep you from collapsing. Katsuki didn't like how broken you looked. He had no idea of what was wrong or how to fix you, but he hated seeing your tears. He was ready to bet it was your shitty boyfriend, that low-life scum made you cry again. This time, Katsuki was going to break his face no matter who told him to stop. "We broke up," you sobbed. Katsuki's rage died in an instant. He shared a look with Kirishima to ask if it was true. Kirishima nodded. Quietly you reached your arms out and stepped forward. It was all Katsuki could do to grab you and pull you against him to stop you collapsing when your legs gave way. "You'll be better at this than me," Kirishima mumbled. Was he fucking kidding? Kirishima was the emotionally adept one. He had to know how to comfort you. More so than Katsuki anyway. Kirishima had to have a screw loose thinking you want Bakugou to comfort you more than him. He held you closer, all the same he didn't know what else to do. Truth be told, he was fucking ecstatic that you and your boyfriend broke up. You were losing your sparkle the longer you spent with him. Bakugou looked to Kirishima for help. Everything he wanted to say would probably make it worse, but Kirishima offered no help. He fixed Bakugou with a final look. "Trust yourself, you'll both be fine." After Kirishima left, amongst the many things Bakugou didn't know, he knew it was best not to let you cry in the corridor. Keeping his arms around you, he waddled the two of you to his room and shut the door and sat you down on the bed. But he didn't let go or take his seat like he ought to. He kept hold of you and let you cry. He didn't want to see you hurting. Damn it, you were the last person he wanted to see hurting. You were too damn kind and sweet, and you were always running around putting other people's needs first. You didn't deserve to hurt like this. You meant too much to him, and it hurt him to see you like this. He didn't know what to say. He pressed a firm, reassuring kiss to the top of your head. I know he got inside of your head, and I fucking know you had some good times with him. But trust me, give it some time, and you'll see how much better off you are without him. You don't need a shithead like that who upsets you. You don't need a shithead who makes you feel ugly. Bakugou felt his temper rising. You don't need a worthless, narcissistic, degrading, layable asshat who thinks he's the only one who can leave you. Bakugou's eyes widened and he bit his tongue. He let that last bit slip out. He prayed you wouldn't catch the meaning behind it. Now was not the time for a confession. Absolutely fucking not. Now he had a sneaking suspicion it was Kirishima's plan all along, like he was playing some twisted matchmaker. Even Bakugou could tell that now was not the time. Bakugou held you tight until your tears began to fade. He hated feeling powerless. He didn't like knowing he couldn't solve your problems with some punches and an elaborate use of his quirk. Once you had finally calmed down, Katsuki made you get under the covers, and then he tucked you in a little roughly, and then told you to stay there, and that he would be back in a few minutes. True to his word, a short while later, he came back with a large tub of ice cream, 2 spoons, a bar of chocolate, Mina's largest, softest teddy bear, and an assortment of chick flicks. He was squalling with embarrassment. He had gone downstairs and he had swallowed his pride for your sake and had said to the girls he needed a way to cheer you up. The girls had all but thrown things at him, gushing that he wanted to take care of you. Him, Katsuki, the fucking weak Lord Explosion murder, feeling like he couldn't feel anymore. Ridiculous. Katsuki put on a DVD and dropped the food on the bedside table, then handed you the teddy bear and hopped into the bed with you, leaning his back against the headboard. Silently, he wrapped his arms around you and cuddled you close to him. He was a bit stiff and robotic about it at first. Not exactly the master of comfort and affection, but when he heard you sniff, he felt you lean into him. He relaxed. He dared to let himself enjoy this feeling just a little. It was nice having you in his arms, and only hoped one day he could do this with you when you were smiling. But for now, he watched the shitty chick flick with you, expecting the occasional spoonful of semi-melted ice cream, until you drifted off into his arms, too exhausted from crying. Once you were asleep, he sighed. What a fucking mess. He really was going to punch that good-for-nothing ex of yours. One day, once he was sure you were sound asleep, he kissed you on the top of your head. He used the remote to switch off the movie, and then eased the two of you down into his bed, keeping his arms securely wrapped around you. He hoped that you didn't feel lonely. Breakups can be horrible, but hopefully when you woke, you would realize there was no need to feel alone. Katsuki didn't like how broken you looked. Oh fuck. Bakugou looked at Kirishima for, oh my god. Keeping his arms around you, he waddled the two of you to his room. Kinky. He was ready to bet it was your city. I can't say that, oh my god.